Okay, we're going to talk real quick. Yes, I know it's a jumbled up mess. There's a reason why we're going to do this way, okay? Stay with me. My poor old trash can has been through probably, I don't know, I think we bought it in Middlesboro, Radcliffe, who knows. It still works, it still serves its purpose, so despite all its little markings, it's still there. Anyway, hello, how are you? It's good to be vertical. I took a fall earlier in the week, and being vertical was not a thing for a couple of days. But here we are. And in the interim, things that should have been done in the garden stuff did not happen, but it also gave time for things like the other greenhouses and stuff like that to get here. There's also like, I'm not even showing you, like this is like a film that almost looks mildewy that I'm gonna need to handle in the next little bit. I have ordered bigger pots to up pot these yet again. That will happen in the near future. Um, Today we're just going to kind of tinker around, not a whole lot because that whole fall thing. But there are some things that need pulled out, and there are some things that I just need to say, we give up and restart and try again because the onions just did not happen. Um, don't know what happened, don't know why or anything like that, but they did not happen. I need to get in and deal with the lettuce and the cabbage. Most of it is in the living room greenhouses that I already separated out. We talked about this before. The Cool Nido thing that I'm going to be using today, thank you, husband of mine. We have two more greenhouses that are going to come and be in this same area. It's going to be interesting, but I promise it's going to work. It's going to work. Ian has, I don't know if we showed you these or not. You can see my cute little cat slippers. They are Skechers. They are so cute and so comfy. Has his 5 greenhouses going. We are pulling things that just did not germinate. Switching them out for things, restarting new things. But, guys, this is available from Home Depot. I saw this and I thought this is the coolest thing because as you can see where we've worked, we always get dirt on the floor, which means we have to sweep it up, which is not necessarily a bad plan, don't get me wrong. However, when you have like mobility issues or like me, you fall or whatever, something like this makes life a whole lot easier because you put your soil in it, you use your soil, you even have a place right here to where you can stack the things that you've planted, and then boom, it's done. So that's what we're going to be using today. And it's a hard plastic tray. It's hard enough, sturdy enough, good Lord, that, if you need to use it to carry plants down to the garden, you can. And I thought it was pretty neat. So Tom ordered me one, and we're going to try it out. And we're not going to do it on camera because, well, there's just not enough space. Yeah, we've hit that point to where there's not enough space yet again in my house. But it's going to be okay. I wanted to show you, these are available on Amazon too. Excuse me, cat. There's always a cat. Excuse me, cat. Excuse me, cat. Excuse me, cat. Excuse me, cat. And it will eliminate some of this, you see the dirt that is, around the plants and planters and stuff like that. It will eliminate that and make life easier for me. Yay. Please go, cat. You can't lay on the seeds. I still have a gazillion aloe vera plants. I wished somebody would come and get them because they are just really seriously taking up space that I need for other things. And yeah, I guess we should go through the experiment wall, but we will do that here in just a minute. Now, when I show you these, understand that I know that some of these are direct sew items. It's okay. He's learning. So in this one, he has, I'm pretty sure these are Kentucky pole beans. Let me, yeah, these are Kentucky pole beans. These are snow peas. Both are direct sew. What we will do is up pot them gently and then gently put them in the ground in his part of the garden. The coolest thing about these little greenhouses, there's 12 places to plant seeds in each one. They have their own lights. I'll turn them on. I don't know if I can or not, because they've, you can adjust the humidity level on the humidity dome, which we probably should do since everything is germinated, and they have just gone off, so they might not come back on where we can see them real good. I will try to insert a picture, because getting the picture of the humidity dome is how I fell. These come in a package of 5. Wow, he's got, I think these are pinto beans. And yes, I know those are direct sew as well. We're experimenting, okay? He's learning how to grow, so we did a few things that will sprout easily. So, yeah. Let's wander over through the aloe jungle, and we'll talk about, Gabriel, please, you've got to move. I don't know why you think you can sit on my seeds. This is the first day since I fell the other day, and my trusty stool failed me. Now, some of these are not going to look as good as others because I have not been able to keep them going. So, that's part of what we are going to do today. It is what it is. It's a process. You kind of have to stay on top of it, and when you can't, things quickly get out of hand. When I fell the other day, I know you're real interested in this, but here we go. When I fell, I missed the stool, basically, and I hit the table with mostly my shoulders and then the back of my head, and I had some mason jars sitting on the table for a upcoming project. Well, whenever the force of my body hitting the table caused the mason jars to come tumbling on my head. And when I tell you, number one, I couldn't get up out of the floor for a bit. Finally did get enough bearing underneath me to get up. But I also, I kind of went back to bed and stayed there for 2 days, like 2 to 3 days. I finally was able to set up some last night. It looks like one of my onions have gone kaput. Oh well. Anyway, so let's go through the experimental part, okay? As you can see, the bunching, or as we call them in the South, the green onions, have grown really well. More of the green part. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, because we call them green onions, and they call them bunching onions, and whatever. So the water needs changed on them. Actually, they need planted into soil, so we may do some of them today, maybe tomorrow too. I don't know. We will see. This is kind of to show you, number one, that if you don't eat the entire green onion, you just put it in water and it's going to grow you some more greens, which is good for those of us who like pinto beans, cornbread, beets, and green onions. Real good, real yummy. Okay, now I'm rambling. I'm gonna try to get up off this shelf and hopefully off this stool, and hopefully I don't kill myself. I'm very, very apprehensive now. And yes, at this point in time, this stool is serving kind of a dual purpose. Part of it being it's still holding my jars that actually need to be somewhere else, but we haven't made it yet. As you can see with this little garlic plant, it's got most all of the water needs to be changed. This one, we got some roots, so let me make sure we're talking through the camera. We've got some roots, so we will be able to probably overcome that little bit of mold. Now, I threw away, and looks like it will be throwing away 5, if not more. The lettuce, if you remember, it had gotten frozen. This one is showing some new growth, but more, I don't see any roots, so, you know, that kind of concerns me. And again, I'm doing the same thing, sorry. I threw away 4 of them because they just became mush. They didn't really do anything other than become mush. This one, doing amazingly well. As you can see, I can pick it up by its new growth gently. This is the experimental celery that needs water. The experimental avocado is coming, starting to come out of its shell. It probably would have done that sooner if I'd have did it a different way. One leek is working really well. This leek is working really well. And this leek is like my monster leek. Let's do that. Anybody need a pure pitcher water filter? Because it's sitting on my shelf and I have 0 use for it. I don't even have a pitcher. It is here because at one point in time I did, but I now have a refrigerator that does all of that. Now, up here, again, potatoes, sweet potatoes, these actually need to come off and go in water to develop roots, as these are starting to do. Let me make sure, because I'm gonna look through the camera and make sure. These can actually start going in dirt, the ones with the flowers, or not flowers, foliage. I'm sorry, can't remember words. Potato, just waiting for it to sprout vines. Another garlic that is doing real well. I'm gonna try to pull it out of there without, yeah, it's got some nice roots. And you see, when you start them like this, I started them before broken up. You can start them like this and then break them up, and it kind of all happens the same way. And we tried it both ways, and both ways seemed to work. Apparently there was a whole lot of snot in my head, and now that I'm up moving around, it's coming out to join. This is one of the remaining, I just made a mess, one of the remaining red onions that I need to get planted today. This was my baby. Most of the bottom of it has molded, and it seems to be, I'm not even showing you, and it seems to be done. So I'm hoping, we had a cold snap, and even though they're in the house and all that neato stuff, it could have affected it. If it did, we just go to the hardware store and buy, these were from grocery store onions. We can either buy new ones from the grocery store and start all over again, or whatever. All of their water needs changed. That's on the agenda for today, probably tomorrow. I still am not 100% from the fall, so And we will talk about, forgive the water, it does need changed. We'll talk about the experiments. I don't see any actual sprout, but I do see that the beans have, the beans have started to you know, you soak a bean, it's going to start to come apart and soften up. The same with these. The water needs changed. It's kind of gross. We'll deal with that. The sprouts that are at home on my flower, I see, you see right here, there's a little bit of sprouting. We probably could have put these and should have put these in a better place, in a darker place, but this is pretty well, this is a place that I had available that I would remember to check them, so that's where that is. But anyway, we're going to plant, I hope, some squash. I need to up pot some things. That's probably not going to happen today. At best, I expect to get the squash done and hopefully sort out some things. Not really still allowed to do a whole lot of things per those people that live here, but little by little, one by one, we get it done. There are some things that I'm going to address in the near future and talk about because, yeah, people, you already know, I'm not the one. I'm not the one. So, y'all have a good day. Remember, I'm the mayor's daughter. I love y'all oh so very much. I see you. Bye.